Hi everybody, welcome back.
Hello, welcome back to our channel today. This is Sam and Olga. If you're new to our channel, this is Sam and Olga and the three Yakapus.
Yeah, today we have one again.
One is staring, yeah.
Yeah.
Today, actually, no, before we get into today's topic or what we'll be discussing for today, I would like to take the time to thank everyone who subscribed and liked, and actually put down a comment or two or whatever. Yeah, thank you guys so much. Yeah, keep us, keep it coming,
Thanks.
flowing all the time. That is what, keeps us also going. So, yeah. And, don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah.
So, with that said, today we're going to get into a topic like the previous video we did coming to Germany. So now we want to take you, kind of like give you guys break, things down step by step as to, first of all, making the decision to come, and then when you come, what you expect, and now the process of, trying to settle down. So that is what basically we're doing. So this is going to come in parts of like series, so just watch out for that. So today we're going to get into what to expect when you come to Germany.
So, once you're already here, basically.
Yeah. So today that's what we're going to talk about, and we're going to start by Olga actually setting the ball rolling for that. I'm going to be giving her the points, and she will elaborate on it a little bit, and then we'll take it from there. And then if there's something or an experience that I feel like I want to share with you guys, I'll come in and give my take on that. So over to you.
All right. The very first thing that you need to do once you have a place to stay is to actually register where you live. Yeah. Because here in Germany it is required by law that you register where you live. So it gives you 2 weeks. So within those 2 weeks of you moving into a place, whether it's at a friend's house or whether you have your own place, you have 2 weeks from that time to go and register at your local authority, whatever it might be, community house or anything like that. So whatever is closest to you that is representing your area, that's where you go to register. So that's first things first. So the next point, which is also very important, is you have to get yourself a bank account. Because even if you want to apply for any type of assistance or anything like that, nothing will come to you if you don't have a bank account. Yeah. Because in Germany, for those of you who don't know, there are no checks like there are in North America. Like a lot of people get paid by checks, and then they go, if they don't have a bank, they go to like Money Mart or something like that to get it cashed, right? For people who don't have bank accounts. But here there's no such thing as checks. I believe they were discontinued, oh my gosh, way back in the 70s or 80s, if I remember correctly. So you have to have a bank account set up. And the banking system is a little bit different than it is in North America. Some of the stuff is kind of like, whoa, like needs some getting used to. Yeah. So I'm gonna
especially for me. And it's still I'm still I get taken aback about some of these things, like because I've never experienced that. So sometimes it frustrates me, but that's the system.
It can be frustrating, if you're used to a different system. For instance, if you, the first thing you need to do is you have to make an appointment to set up a bank account. I remember in Canada, I never made an appointment for that. I just walked into any branch that I wanted and went to the teller and opened a bank account. But here, you have to call them ahead of time and book an appointment. And once you have an appointment set up, you have to book at least 2 hours for that appointment because it's quite a lengthy process. They will go over all the different products with you, different information about the bank and how they do things, and then they go over all the different types of accounts with you. Then you're gonna pick one based on what you would like, what you want, online banking, or you can do partial online and partial, like in the branch, like whatever your situation requires, right? So they have different plans set up for everything. Then once you pick a plan that's right for you, there's a whole bunch of information that's going to be asked of you, and it's going to first be basically you have to fill forms out. Then the information that you put down on those forms has to be transferred into the computer. Then a ton of paperwork gets printed out that you have to sign, and the bank worker has to sign, and then stuff like that. So that's quite a process.
It's quite a process, guys.
Yeah.
Which again, you gotta have to
have patience.
Patience, a lot and lots and lots of patience. Yeah.
I mean, once you're there and you're actually one-on-one with the person that's helping you and opening your account, everything kind of makes sense. Every step by step, it makes sense. And then you walk out of there and you think, oh my goodness, I just spent 2 hours there. So just a heads up. And then another thing to know, in Canada, I got my bank card or my debit card right away because they have them in their drawers in the back, and they just pick one, activate it, done, right? Done. Here, it's not like that. The bank card, or EC-Karte, has your name engraved on it, just like in Canada a credit card would. Here, your debit card has the same, so it has to be ordered. And it comes to you via mail, and it can take up to 8 days for you to get your bank card. So your account can be active right away from the time you make you have the appointment, but your bank card won't come in until about 7 to 8 days afterwards. Now your PIN number comes in separately, and that can take another week until it gets to you by mail. And then once you have that, then your card is good to go. You can use it, do whatever. Let's see what else. The major banks here, like for example here where we live, the two major banks is Sparkasse or Volksbank, and you can see branches all over Germany. They're all under one umbrella, whichever one, either Volksbank or Sparkasse, but each branch is their own separate institution, which means if you move out of your county or out of your area, the only thing that you will be able to use your debit card for is to make withdrawals. You won't be able to use your bank card for anything else.
Nothing.
Now, if you do online banking, it doesn't really matter that much. You can still do your online banking. But when it comes to using the bank machines to put money into your account, or getting an account statement to pull it from the bank machine, or to make change, like if you put in a 50 € bill and you want to have smaller bills, you won't be able to do any of that with a card that's from a different institution, even though it has the same name or it's under the same umbrella. So we found out the hard way. We wanted to pay rent, had the cash, I wanted to go put it in the account, and it didn't work.
And unfortunately, where our original branch is, it's about an hour
away. So and it was only like $5 that we're missing. $5.
And we have to drive
an hour.
An hour to just go put $5 in. So that tells you like it's the inconvenience.
It's very inconvenient, So we decided to open up a new account here where we are in our new area. So that's what you would have to do if you move. Online banking here is also a bit different. In Canada, we did email money transfer, and it was really easy. Even if it's like bill payments, you just pick your payee, like you have this drop-down menu, you pick it, and then you use your email address to send money, right, to make payments. Well, here there's no such thing as email money transfers. When I mentioned that to the person that opened my first bank account here, she was looking at me like I'm talking about something out of this world, alien technology. Like, how can you use your email address to send money? So it was completely foreign to her. Here they actually have a little device. I actually have it. Hang on.
Yeah, guys.
Yeah, continue.
So let me say something before she comes. Anyway, so like as she was saying, the banking system here is quite different from the Canadian type that where we came from. Everything there is very fast, and right away to go. Here it takes time. Not just even the banking, but everything basically here takes time. However, for me, what surprised me was the branches. Like the same banking or bank that you have, you see it everywhere on every, how do they call it, county or kreis? They call it kreis.
Kreis, yeah, basically a county.
A county, yeah. So when you move from point A to relocate to point B, you have the same bank in point B. However, you thinking because you already have the same bank in, point A branch, it should work.
Everything should be the same.
Everything should be the same, which that's what it is in Canada, right? But no, it's not like that. It's totally different. Every operation, everything is totally different. So that was my first surprise, actually. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, sorry about that. I forgot to get that little device before we started the video. So this is the device. It's like a little scanning device. I don't know if you guys can see well. Scanning device that you use to send money. Basically, you it's out of focus. There you go.
There you go.
Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, basically you put your bank card in this slot here, right? And then you push whatever buttons that you need to push.
Yeah.
And then when you're online on your bank's website, you put in the information of like the banking information of the person or the company, like a bill, for example, that you want to pay, and then it will generate a barcode like on the website with these black and white bars that move around.
Yeah.
And you hold the back of this, like there's like a scanner thingy, you hold it up to it and then it generates a code.
Yeah.
And then you put whatever code gets generated in this display, you put it into the into the website. And then that's how you send money online in Germany. Kind of weird, took a little getting used to, but that's how it is. Hopefully in the future they'll incorporate email money transfers because it's a way easier. They have different types of these scanning machines. You can scan pictures or like color codes. So they are evolving in terms of this device in particular, but I still think the email money transfer is a lot easier. So that's basically banking here in Germany. So
and the next step
for German or EU citizens. So once you are registered and you have your bank account, that's when you go to the Agentur für Arbeit, which is basically agency for work.
Yeah.
They are responsible for everything that has to do with employment in Germany. Now, they will refer you, if you've never worked here before, like in Germany, they will refer you to what's called the job center, like the local job center of where you live, in order to assess what type of help or assistance you would qualify for in order to get some kind of income coming in. That's particularly important because in Germany, health insurance and pension insurance is mandatory. And if you as a German citizen, especially as a German citizen, if you don't have work or you're not employed, then the government will pay that for you. But in order for them to pay that for you, you need to qualify or be under some type of assistance, right? And that's where the job center comes in. They work hand in hand with the agency for work, right? And they will assess based on your situation what kind of assistance you qualify for. There's different kinds of programs and subsidies for people. For me, for example, when I came here, I have never worked in Germany before, so I didn't qualify for just a general unemployment insurance because I haven't paid into that, right? So I qualified for an assistance that is particularly for employment-seeking people, right? So people who are looking for work, haven't found it yet, but they still need some kind of an income. So that's what that assistance is for. And they basically, just a little summary of what they do, what they can help you with. They help you with paying for rent. They give you some guidelines of how much it could cost, the square footage of it based on how many people are in your family. They also help with let's see, they help with your job applications, right? They help you with your resumes, with your cover letters and that kind of stuff. They help you look for jobs based on your qualifications and stuff like that. They also do, they reimburse you if you, for example, have, if you had to mail something out, resumes, for example, or you had to use public transportation to go to interviews, they will reimburse you for those things. And also if you have found a job, for example, but you can't use public transportation to get there in time for your shifts, they can also help you get a vehicle, right? If that is what you need to be able to work, they will also assist you with that as well, which was the case for us, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it apply to anyone?
It doesn't apply to anyone. It depends on your situation, right? And I'm just talking about it because this was, for us, it was like that because we were under that particular assistance, which is the assistance for employment seeking people. And then when I found a job and I already had a contract signed with them, but unfortunately where it was, if I was to use public transportation, I would always be either late to begin my shift, or I wouldn't even come home at the end of my shift because there were no buses going at those times. So I just got a letter from my employer confirming that public transportation wasn't going to help me. So they helped me to get a vehicle, and that's how we got our first vehicle here in Germany. So they're really cool. They really do help you. If you're not lazy and you really want to do something, you're really looking for work, they're really there to help you, which is really cool. And just on the side note, for moms with kids, when I came here, Perseus was 1.5. So when I went for my first appointment with the job center, I was told that I actually was not required to work yet, because here in Germany, moms are protected from having to go to work basically until the child, or the youngest child, is 3 years of age. So if I wanted to, I could have just said, I'll just stay home, right? Because I would have had that protection, which is really cool. That's also different from North America. Canada, we didn't experience that. No, we didn't experience that. I mean, I had maternity leave for a year, but I had to go back to work after 8 or 9 months already, because it was just, the financial burden was just too much for one income to bear. But here, there's the assistance to back you up, so moms can stay home with their kids until they're 3 years old, or like for 3 years. Basically, it doesn't have to be 3 consecutive years. It could be a year from birth, right? And then they go back to work and take another year off when the child starts kindergarten, then go back to work, and then maybe take another year when the child starts school, for example, right? They can also break it off. It doesn't have to be 3 years all in one, right? So that was pretty cool. That was something new that I didn't know. And so that's basically, just in a nutshell, what kind of the job center is kind of responsible for. One thing that is really important, the assistance, whichever assistance it is that you might qualify for, that you get, is all subject to and based on your participation with the job center. So, for example, keeping up with appointments that they have with you, right? Or that you have with them, providing them with documents that they ask for. Because if you don't basically cooperate with them, for example, if you don't show up for an appointment that you have with them without providing a sick note or without giving them a heads up, then that can affect the amount of assistance that you receive. Because the way they look at it is basically you're not working, you're looking for work, and the job center is helping you look for work. So your job basically is cooperating with the job center, right? And if you don't do that, then obviously they're going to cut your money, right? So it is important to work with them. For people who are foreigners, so that don't have a German or European Union citizenship, the first thing that they need to do, which is what he did, they have to go to the authority for foreigners, which is called the
Ausländerbehörde.
Richtig. You have to go to Ausländerbehörde to get yourself registered there and to apply for a residence/work permit.
Yeah.
Usually it's temporary to begin with. Most of the time they give you 3 weeks to 3 months in order to get documents that they might ask of you. Or in our case, we had to get our marriage certificate and the 2 older kids' birth certificates legalized. And that all takes time because we had to send those documents to Canada in order for that to get done.
Yeah.
Plus his passport was also expiring within a month or so he needed to renew that as well. So they gave him 3 months at first, and then after that he got 3 years. But even that extension, it depends on everybody's situation. Some people will get 1 year, some people will get 3 years.
So it ranges from 1 to 3.
1 to 3 years, based on your situation. And with that 3-year permit, he also got the permission to work in Germany. And that permit is now expiring in February, which he has to which he has to apply for renewal. And based on whatever he has to bring, he will either get an extension which will be permanent, so he'll have permanent status here in Germany, or it will be for another 1 to 3 years, depending on our situation. Like for him right now in particular, he needs to have the B1 level of the German language, which we talked about in our previous video. And that will qualify him to get the permanent status after those 3 years are up. So so that's basically the gist, right?
Well, no, I just want to add
anything else?
So after you've gone to the Ausländerbehörde and gotten yourself registered and them giving you permission to work, you have actually they'll put you on a mandatory what do you call it, integration course,
right,
which I did for 6 months actually. Because obviously you need to learn the language, you need to have a little bit of grasp with the language. That is actually what you need to work here in Germany. So you would go through that system, and it's really quite helpful. It helped me a lot. But then when I quite remember when I started the first month, I was so frustrated because couldn't understand a thing, not a word, not even a vowel or consonant, I would come home so frustrated because I know they are talking something so important that I know I need to know, but everything was just passing, one goes through 1 year, passes out on the other. And at that time I couldn't, we don't communicate in German, like when we are home. I don't speak German with her, and I realized that has also played some role in me not actually grasping the language faster than I should. Because it's, first of all, it was so awkward, me switching all the way from English to a language that we've never spoken before for a decade.
Well, that's why it's also hard for me to switch it to speak German with him, because I've been talking English with him for 10 years. And for me to just switch it like that, knowing that he also doesn't understand it, for me was really weird. And most of the time when we're at home, we have conversations about serious stuff. So it's and conversations where I have to just get my point across. For me, it wasn't the time for me to now play teacher, right? So it was just unfortunate that. That was how we tried, but now it's better because now I understand a lot, and so I can. We do speak at home, sometimes, not all the time, but most of the time now, especially now that I need to go retake my B1 or B1 level, just to help me, get through it. So that's basically what you would need, go through the integration course, and then after that,
yeah, they'll help you find a job right away.
So for
You're
him,
integrated.
in his case, the assistance was based on him participating in that course.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't go to work because the course was
Yeah.
full time, Monday to Friday, 8 hours a day. So if he didn't participate, if he decided to, I don't feel like going today, right? Then it would have affected the amount that we would have received, right? So that was basically his job, is participating in that course.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how it works.
So you do that for 6 months, and then
Then you get your certificate.
you get your certificate, and and that's all. So today, I guess it's 25 minutes.
25
already.
minutes.
Anyway, so guys, that's about it for what you expect.
What you should expect once you are here.
Yeah.
Kind of a gist. This is mostly based on our experience.
Yeah.
There's people coming here with different backgrounds, different situations. It might be different for them.
Yeah. So this is purely and solely from our experience, and basically
just a general step by step. Yeah. Because I guess it doesn't matter what situation you're in. You have to register. You have to get a bank account, and then you need to go to either Ausländerbehörde or Agentur für Arbeit. Like those steps are, I think, always the same. Yeah. All right.
So watch out for our next video, which will be coming soon. Probably the end of this week for sure. And please don't forget to subscribe, share, like,
leave a comment if you have any questions.
Yes,
if you have any questions about something that we haven't touched, then, and if we don't know, we're going to research it, and we'll either reply in the comment section or we'll make another video about it.
Exactly. Please, always leave a comment.
All right.
Thank
you guys. Bis zum nächsten Mal.
Till then, ciao. See you.
My own, that time of the chase, I'm the no.